Fauci, baby. So we need to explain to Richard Fowler what this is. This is no holds barred, you know.
Or not, just leave them guessing.
Not that you had any rules during the TV version.
No rules.
Over under on the Twitter. Like my Twitter followers are saying that we.
You know, I'm a PR guy, so I believe all press is good press. So all Twitter attention is good attention. If they hate me, as long as they follow me.
Just spell the name right?
Yeah. Just spell my name right.
I got some positives from viewers who were telling me that I was talking to you like I was a mom. I know.
My mom will probably call me at the end of the show, so we'll find out.
What that means?
I hate comments like that.
I don't know how to take that.
Because anytime a woman opens up her mouth on television, you're shrill, you're lecturing, you're mansplaining, you're being too aggressive, you're not being aggressive enough, women can't win. You don't seem traumatized at all. I think you guys are just having a healthy debate.
So now, with that being said, I think the other criticism you hear a lot of times when it's a man versus a woman is that we have to be very careful because we seem like we're bullying if we yell.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
And women, if they speak too forcefully, are seen as shrill, right? So
we have some very strong women on this couch. The woman next to me, trading floor.
What?
Trading floor.
Very strong
women.
So
trading floor with dudes.
Yeah.
Never
I have a lot to
her.
say about that.
So we were talking about during the break this Melania Trump official portrait. I thought that would be some good OT.
Oh, look at you. You're running the show now?
I thought that would be appropriate.
Yeah, sure. We can talk about that. You didn't like her choice of
No, I
dress.
didn't. I mean, I'm a Democrat, so I can get away. I just thought that, you know, the diamonds, the dress, it didn't...
Yeah, the diamond, by the way, is a pretty amazing diamond.
It is.
That's sort of who he is, too, right?
I always feel as though that big jewelry, when you're an elected official, is a barrier between you and the people that you represent, because 90% of Americans can't afford a diamond.
The thing is, everyone knows
Melania Trump, and you know, they're sort of. You know, no one's under the impression that they're not exorbitantly wealthy, and I think the fact that she has a big diamond just sort of like that's not my problem with the photo. I just think that it's not my favorite photo of her ever taken either. I think she's a stunningly gorgeous woman, and overall with Melania Trump, I want to see more of her. I want to hear more of her. I want the press to be nicer to her. I want them to give her a chance to be First Lady. We did it with Laura Bush. We did it with Michelle Obama. We do it historically over time, and I wish people would be more patient with her.
Oh, I agree.
That's my stomach growling.
I agree 100% with that. I think a lot of, and I debate this on my show all the time with my producer, who was like, you know, I think until First ladies or first families enter the political fray, like introducing policy, that's the only time that I think they deserve to be attacked on the merits of their policy. But overall, like attacking them about how they dress or how they look, I think is wrong. So I'm not attacking her on this picture. I think it's a great photo of her. I just think it would have been better done if she had some nice pearls on.
You bring up something interesting, though, and you obviously have personal experience with this, given your father, Meghan. But, I mean, how much does a family need to commit? In other words, this was her husband's idea, right? It's his thing. I mean, what are you signing up for then as his wife? You say you want to see more of her. What should she be doing?
Traditionally, in the past, it can actually hurt candidates. Mitch Daniels, you know, his wife wasn't supportive of him running for office. I think Howard Dean, I believe his wife wasn't overly supportive. So traditionally in the past, it could actually have ended up hurting a candidate because Americans like to see a united family. I like to see a united family. I think everything about Donald Trump is different. Everything about him and his family is completely different, especially because you have Ivanka sort of playing this giant daughter, wouldn't say first lady, but a much larger role than traditionally first daughters play. Is
that important that he had someone, a female there?
Yes,
like
I think first ladies or first spouses are important. Yeah. I don't know if you disagree with me, but I think it's important.
I'm pointing to Sandra because she's watching Facebook Live.
I am indeed. I'm not sure how many of these I'd like to share with everyone.
Oh, no. People need to be nicer on the Facebook Live. Sometimes they're so brutal.
I think the audience on Facebook is meaner than the audience on Twitter.
I would probably agree with that.
That's true?
Yeah, I think the Facebook audience is just, they're tough.
Very different.
I looked at the comments one time, never again.
Yeah. So, Robert Whippy, you go, girls. Okay, that's productive.
I like that.
Thanks. Girl power.
Yay. I asked on the live chat questions for a strong opinion Democrat. You went for it today.
I try my best when I can.
I see lots of bubbles. So people are loving it, but apparently they're saying things that Sandra doesn't want to read out loud. Are there any good recipes?
If there's anything that's vulgar.
Well, there is a lot of discussion about the Susan Rice story that is developing.
Yeah.
Ooh, someone likes my red shoes. That's fun.
Hey, that's good.
Okay, anybody else want to carry the conversation?
Spike Williams says the DNC will regret what they are doing today, but by that time it will be too late. Keep up the great work, DNC. I'm going to assume this person is from the right side of the aisle. I will say this. It got pretty nasty with the 10 candidates that wanted to run the fundraising arm of the Democratic Party. You guys didn't have that many people who wanted to run for president. What the heck is going on with your party?
Oh, I think, you know, anytime a party goes through a major loss like this one, an unexpected loss at that, I would argue, there is a lot of storming, norming, and sort of organizing or renorming.
You were going to say performing.
I was going to say performing, but there's no performance art here. So I think that's what you see here. Anytime a party
You don't think Chuck Schumer has a little bit of performance art in him? Every time a camera flashes on, he stands up.
Well, that's always been Chuck Schumer. That's nothing new from Chuck. That's just who
doesn't make it not performance art.
I mean, he's just as performy as I would argue Ted Cruz and Mitch McConnell.
But see, most politicians understand that aspect, right, of the job, that there's some performance involved. Hillary Clinton didn't really get that.
That was her problem.
And you all had to be watching that unfold with a bit of horror, right? I mean, this is the person that you're putting up for nomination, yet she doesn't have that sort of political DNA. She doesn't have that showmanship, the ability to turn it on when there's a camera there.
I think the one person that wakes up every morning, like, looking in the mirror and saying, darn it, is Joe Biden, because he literally said, I could have been president of the United States.
I think he has said that, actually. He's actually been quoted saying that. Yeah, I could have done it.
I really do believe that he would have, like, I mean, when you look at the vote margins in the places where they were, so in Pennsylvania, whereas I think just under a couple hundred thousand votes, Joe Biden would have cleaned house in Pennsylvania because he's a household name there. He's from Scranton. He is a man of the people.
Did he not run because your party heads wouldn't let him? Because they
I believe that there was a little, I think there was a little bit of, I think part of it was he just lost his son, which is hard.
Yeah.
So that's the humanity.
No one is even bringing that into
I think that's part of it. That's part of it. And the other part is...
Look at what happened to Bernie Sanders.
And the other part is...
The message is, you're not Hillary Clinton.
Oh, I agree. I think the party, and I think if you talk to party elite, faithful now, they say, yeah, we played a game of high-stakes poker. We thought we had it, and she was our girl, and we doubled down, and we sort of coalesced and got in line, and now fell in love.
Wow, it sounds like a Vegas trip now.
And
how did that happen? I don't know. What do you...
And we lost in Vegas. It was a bad hand of poker.
Politics is always like a Vegas trip.
Yeah.
It is. About it.
All right, this is for Trish Regan on the live chat. You have your own following, and it's in all bold, which means I have to read it. Would you agree that the Russian probe should begin with an investigation of the DNC and Democratic candidate financial support contributions directly and indirectly from Russian sources?
Oh, so we're going to get back to the Clinton issue then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I had said all along, I thought it was very suspect what was going on with the Clinton Foundation and the donations. You know, multiple cases which we've discussed at length. I mean, I think of the UBS situation and how she, as Secretary of State, was able to get thousands of people off the hook from the IRS on behalf of the United Banks of Switzerland, which her husband then collected $150,000 in a speaking fee, you know, a few months later.
Right.
That does not look good. You have the uranium issue with Russia. There are multiple cases there. So, yeah, to that person's point, that's where it does begin.
Who isn't a sitting member of Congress, but he calls himself that. So that's interesting. What do you think about that?
Oh, like I said, we need an independent commission.
So you think Democrats are, okay.
No, I don't think Democrats, I'm not saying, I don't think we're no Roger Stone talking to Lucifer, but
I got that.
but
this has to do with those contributions.
What's
with the money
for an
flow.
independent investigation, what's the crime? I still don't get where you're going with that.
No, it's not. This is a crime done against the entire country. We can all agree that the Russians meddled in our election. Point blank, period.
When you say something like that. No, but when you say that,
we don't know what Nikki Haley meant by it either. I mean, I think that's why we need to investigate.
I think the collective thought is, though, that WikiLeaks has a relationship with the Russian government, or at least Julian Assange does, and all the leaks that came out at specific moments were directed towards Democrats. I think Hillary Clinton would have lost one way or another. You don't send Lena Dunham to North Carolina and expect to sweep the state. It's a terrible campaign. You can't blame the Russians for the really historically horrible campaign that she ran.
Right.
That being said, I think just sort of living in a vacuum where you deny that there's any coalition together is not
it's also dangerous because they're going to do it again.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe since there's 20 seconds left, I'll end on this note. Carol Grove says Richard did a good job today. He's usually so one-sided. This was actually refreshing.
Outside 31. So that's from Facebook, from the chat. I'm with Richard. Don't be intimidated by the women on the couch. Wait, outside 631.
By the way,
outside of what?
Whose nickname is Trouble? You have a nickname, Trouble?
No.
Because it says Kim's gift says shout out from Michigan to Trouble and the Outnumbered Gang.
No, you know what?
Is that me?
Oh,
I feel like that's me.
Look, I'm trouble. I'll take it.
was called
No,
Trouble. Was
somebody-
it Kinzinger?
I feel like
No,
that's me.
it was Representative Jason Chaffetz. He
All right.
nicknamed me Trouble.
Was it you? I don't remember.
all righty.
No, I'm not Trouble. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.